Diane. Honestly, I'm so sorry. Yesterday, so the chat has been like freezing on me, and I kind of didn't notice, but I've been starting to notice that YouTube will give me all the stats at the end of the video, and they'll tell me like how many chats, and there'll be sometimes where there'll be like no chats that I can see, and then I'll finish the reading, there'll be like 20 chats, be like, I didn't see a single one. So yesterday it like froze halfway through the reading. I just thought everybody just stopped talking, which was crazy. I should have known you guys never stop talking, and I missed like everything you guys wrote. Like YouTube, honestly, for as much money as they make with this goddamn platform, they need to up their game. You know what I mean? Like, they got to up their game. I wonder if today's reading is even going to be recorded. Because yesterday, when I did it at this time, it wasn't recorded. But today, there's a witness. Now you're in here. Yesterday, nobody was in the live in the day. Well, from what I saw anyway, so. I don't know. Sometimes YouTuber... they make me mad. They frig around, Diane. Okay, so we have the spirit of the wolf. Honestly, Diane, you just always see the light in everything I say. God bless you. I don't know who you are, but you are amazing, Diane. Thank you for being here. You always write the nicest things. My God, pat yourself on the back, woman. You are great. You're the spirit of the wolf right there. That's what you are, woman. You protect me. You know you do. Okay, so spirit of the wolf is in. They're howling in my head all morning this morning. They keep popping up on my Instagram, just videos of wolves and baby wolves and just wolves everywhere. And the spirit of the wolf is very powerful. Anytime the wolf totem has shown up in my life, whether it's I'll see a vision of a wolf, it's usually always a white wolf. I'll see a vision of a white wolf and my life always changes right afterwards. I don't know what the wolf does. I have a wolf painted too on my ceiling in white too. It's like wolves, I believe, are portals. Okay, they help you get to like one side of life to the other side of life, or like through something or around something. I don't know. Wolves are so powerful. Okay, so they're leading this reading off. And I just picked up this deck. I don't know when's the last time I shuffled it. And we have Friday the 13th, which led the reading yesterday. And it was Friday. So I'm going to take it as a sign because I feel like, you know, a lot of the collective has been misguided. And that's a lot of that is going to become clear. Like part of the wolf too is healing and purification. Okay. The way that they take care of each other, the way that they stay together, they protect one another. They're always watching out for one another. They support one another. So with Jason and his mother, it was just the two of them. And then once he was gone, she was all alone. So whatever that analogy is to you, right? Because she avenges her son's death. So whatever it is that happened to you, it's like maybe the wolves are like avenging some type of healing for you, some type of purification. So then you can go from one spot to another. Like there was this time, oh man, it was like, I don't know, right after my sister's dog was killed. Okay, my sister's dog, good old Marlo right here, it was like her son. Okay, she has, I don't know if she'll ever be close to another animal like that again for the rest of her life because it scarred her when he died. And he died so, like he was murdered. It was so vicious and so cold and so much blood that it's like she avenges her son's death all the time. And the guy who did it is just off wandering around with, 4 more dogs and a couple of kids. Well, she has like nothing, right? And that's the thing is when a parent is an actual parent and they lose something, or you're a legit human and you lose something in your life. It's not just like a rip of a Band-Aid, you just go and replace it. Right? Like, do you know how many people asked my sister after like a week after her dog died, hey, when are you going to go buy a puppy? When are you going to go buy a dog? When are you going to go? And she was like, are you fucking nuts? Like, it's been like 7 years now and she's still like, I mean, she has snakes, but I don't think she'll ever get a fucking dog again. I don't know for sure if she ever will, but it was something like this. Like she didn't avenge her son's death, but it's still like, it's still something just doesn't sit right, about what happened. So after he died, she went crazy. Her husband left, bought a new house, moved everything out, expected her to just follow him around and just do whatever he was doing. And she lost it. And I was on disability at the time. And she came to me and she was like, I have to leave. I'm going to lose it. And I was like, well, I'm not going to fucking just let you go by yourself. Like, I'll pack my shit and go with you. I had nothing. Okay. I was on disability. I had nothing. I got so much trouble too from the government for leaving. Whatever. I don't care. I left town with her and we were gone for 3 months. And we went all through the States. We went to these different places. And then we stayed in California for, I think, almost 2 months, 3 months, almost the whole time we stayed in California. And we stayed at my aunt's in Mount Shasta. And Mount Shasta is a very healing place. There's a lot of spiritual activity that goes on there because of the mountains. So we kind of just stayed there. And she didn't know what she was going to do. We were flying through money like a motherfucker. And it was so expensive that finally, we were down to like, man, I think she had, I don't know, $1,000 left or something. And one morning we just woke up. My aunt really didn't care. She was kind of just like in and out, going to work all the time, going to her boyfriend's in Oregon. So she didn't really give a fuck what we were doing. So she just kind of like left us her apartment and just peaced out. So there was no pressure to leave. But I woke up one morning and my sister had left. She went for a walk and I saw a wolf in the kitchen. I'm getting goosebumps all over my body. This was like my third eye really like popped off. I ate a lot of mushrooms in the mountains and shit and like just let my spirit just guide me. Okay. And some of the best things happened. And when I saw that wolf, it was just sitting at the back door and it was looking at the door. You know how dogs like sit there and, with their head up, and he was looking at the doorknob. And it kind of took me a second to realize that he wasn't actually there because it was so vivid. He was huge. He was fluffy. He was just sitting there staring at the door. And my sister got home like, I don't know, an hour later or something. And she goes, okay, we're going home. And I was like, you've got to be kidding. I just saw a wolf. Like, I'm pretty sure that was the notice. Like, we were good to go. Like, whatever she needed to do, like we also went to this place. It's this like, I want to say it's some type of falls, like Burberry Falls or something like that. Anyways, and there was this whole trail, and I think that's where she went. And it like, something opened up. She got the message. Everything was fine. Really, what she was running from her husband. She was running from what happened. And when my sister is a Gemini, okay, she does not speak. She is very quiet, okay? And when things happen to her, she runs. And she doesn't, it's hard for her to control that urge to get into the car and run. So when her son died, she got into the car and ran, but there was a reason for that. She was running towards something, knowing that she couldn't stay in the spot that she was in. Because after that happened, everything changed. Obviously, right? The divorce went through, then he bankrupted her, he took everything, he kicked her out of the house, we went homeless. Right. But then that led us down this whole other path that would never have happened if he didn't take the house away. Like, he was never supposed to take the house away from my sister. That was her house. But because she was in a vulnerable position and he was a bully, he just bullied us out. Right. So there's been this like overwhelming sense of like avenging this death that happened, because it was a spiritual death, but there was also death involved. There was also a sacrifice. Like, Marlo obviously sacrificed himself in the moment moment to show how evil her ex-husband really was. I mean, he was doing something with that dog that he should have never been fucking doing. And then on the ice. Hi, Monica. Oh, look at my chat's working. Okay. My chat was not working yesterday. My apologies. I did not even know you were on there, but I'm sure you got my email. Okay, so it's like when we have to avenge something, sometimes we don't even know what we're doing. We just do it because it's in our blood and we can't control it at that point because it's driving us forward. When the chariot is to avenge something, that's what will happen. It will drive you forward, right? Seeking revenge for what, was done to you that nobody really paid a price for. Okay, so the wolf is like, we got some healing to do, son. Look at that. There's the animal card. Literally. He's turning into a wolf man. Oh, spirit. You are hilarious. Okay, experience with trickster. I really feel like this was an experience that you had to go through that no matter what, nobody was going to convince you otherwise, right? It was something that has to be done. Sometimes we just go on these random journeys and they're not pre-planned. They're spare the moment. This is what I've got to do. And it drives you forward and it changes your life. So somebody who's watching this, their life is going to change. This is going to be a series of events I just heard that catastrophically changes your life forever. Okay, look at that. There's fucking The Exorcist. Think about Reagan and her mom after all that shit. You think they're ever going to be the same after that? No. Okay, that's the thing. That's the things that we go through. We're not going to be normal after that anymore, or whatever the fuck people consider normal. I don't know what people consider normal. I just know that people don't consider me normal, okay? And I get that because I'm not normal. That's for damn sure. Okay, there's illness, Cujo. And there's the curse with the ring. And then there's suspicious with invasion of the body snatchers. So it's like after this, even Cujo, even any of these people, after these movies, do you think life is just the same? They just go back to working at the bank? No! Are you fucking kidding me? They go and they run and they go into the woods and they never come out. Okay? Honestly, that's what ends up happening. When people fucking face like life and death and they are forever fucking scarred because of it, the testimony of life, life is not the same, like the whole 9 to 5 thing disintegrates. Okay. I couldn't have a 9 to 5 if I fucking tried. I would kill myself. Literally. I wouldn't be able to control it. It would shut me off. Okay. Just like, when I started taking these back pills. Yeah, Monica, you go to those woods, fucking put your feet in the goddamn, all up in the goddamn shit. Okay. In the soil and the shit. Okay, honestly, what spirit is going to end up taking you, once everybody heals after the trauma, okay, after the possessions, after the attacks, after the curses, after the invasions, after being tricked your entire life, after every sexual experience being a fucking flop, and then watching the only thing that you love die right in front of you. Okay, you kind of go I'm not doing what everybody else does. I mean, I don't know how you go to work every day like that, Monica. I would fucking kill myself. Okay, been there, done that. And it just gets to a point, I can always do it for a small amount of time. And then I just go crazy. For one, I can't work that hard. Because I serving. The reason why I serve is because I only work 20 hours a week and make $700. Okay, that's the reason why I fucking do it. That's why I asked you if you can serve, because you chop those hours in half of what you're working and triple it with tips that you don't even got to claim. Okay, it's retarded. retarded. It's redonkulous. It's for people with bad backs like me who know you try to get me to do a 9 to 5, even if it's $25 an hour, I know how much that shit is taxed. I know how much energy I'm wasting here, and I'd rather be at home. I'll start calling in sick. That's what I do. That's what Whitney does. She'll start calling in sick because mentally I have so much to do with readings, and I have so many personal readings to do and so much shit to do. I can't focus on a 9 to 5. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh God, don't even fucking do. Honestly, just keep your phone in the back. That's why I don't even fucking bring my phone out anymore at work. I use my time there, and like phones so overrated. Just turn them off, turn them back on when you get home, just like we did back in the day. You know, honestly, because that's the thing is like getting over having to be in the spotlight or know exactly what everybody's doing. Like I usually sign out of my Instagram for like the day. I'll sign in again when I got to post something. And then usually at night I delete the app and I'll re-add it in the morning. It's so bad for you. And the frequencies that come through your phone because of this shit, it throws you off. That's why if you're going to start doing Reiki and all that, like you got to keep your temple good, which is a lot of turning the phone off. Okay, turn the phone off, stop staring at the screen. The screen becomes the problem, right? Because in a world where you're trying to heal, you then begin to watch everybody else heal on the phone instead of doing actual healing yourself in real life. It's like, oh, well, she's healing. Well, he's healing. Well, they're healing. I can heal. But that whole time you could just have your phone off and just believe in the healing, not, oh, well, this person wants to do this and this person's saying that they're doing this. Well, you find your way of avenging yourself. You find your way of healing, because whatever it is that you're doing, you're making it to the next realm. Okay. Like I feel like incoming, like wheeled, like, let's see, I don't know, wheeled chariot, fucking. Like there's a lot of binding up here. Queen of Cups in reverse with the 8 of Swords. And then the Page of Wands, like, I don't know, you might just be, I don't know, your healing might involve just screaming at somebody, okay? And then fucking go and put your walls up. You know what the best thing is to do sometimes? You yell at somebody and then you block them. It's so cowardly, I know, but sometimes it's just because you want to send it out there so then they can fucking sit with them for a minute without them sending a response back right away that is in defense of why they hurt you. Okay, that's all it is. Okay, you want to use blocking for whatever reason you want to use it, but that's what I do. I always say to myself, if I'm going to say something, okay, because it's very hard for me to speak up. As much as like I know you think I'm crazy, Monica, okay, and like I'll get super angry and stuff. I am actually very much the opposite. I know it just comes off because I'm so loud, but I'm so loud because I'm half deaf and I'm Dutch. I'm the loudest person ever, okay? I have the traits of the loudest person, but it doesn't mean that I'm aggressive. Okay, just because my personal opinion is strong, it doesn't mean that, I bench press men at night. Okay, like, no, not at all. Okay, I actually, for the most part of the day, feel a lot like this. I feel like I can't say anything. I feel like I can't move. I feel like if I do say something, someone's going to fucking yell at me. Someone's going to beat me up. Someone's going to push me. So my energy is mostly like this. Okay. I speak the way that I do because I know that spirit has my back. Okay. So I can say what I need to say. And I know that they're going to have my back. They're not going to let people hurt me. Okay. And if people try to hurt me, okay, my walls are, basically for the most part, especially with my business, they're up. I don't just let anybody come into my fucking work and piss on my shit. Okay. You got to fucking pay the piper and make your appointment and fucking wait until I open up the door. You don't just get to come in and just do whatever you want to do. That's not my house. Okay. People have rules. Okay. And rules are there so people can respect you. Okay. So then you can get this. Because this is different to everybody. Their picture perfect moment of what they feel like is the true epitome of love, okay, is different. It could be 3 kids. It could be 3 dogs. It could be a man and a woman, or it could be 2 dudes, okay? Your happiness is your happiness. But the thing that, you have to realize is that you're not like everybody else. So, just kind of, if you don't, how do I say this nicely? If you don't jam with everybody up in the club, there's a reason. Okay? There's a fucking reason, because you have to find the right, like Monica, you have to find the right people, okay, that help you get to this independence, okay, because they've been telling you that you don't really deserve independence, okay, taking over your body, tricking you, exposing you to sex way too young, cursing you, okay, having things possess you, and then not ever acknowledging your illnesses, not ever acknowledging that, there could be something that's hurting you. It's always sweep it under the rug, bind you up because we don't love you. And then they kind of see you as this, even as like an adult. The way that my father looks at me whenever I tell him stuff is like this. Like I'm still fucking, 11 years old in his eyes. I'm not, 40. Like grow up, like just because I once was a kid doesn't mean that I'm still a fucking kid. Like kids don't pay rent. Kids don't go to work. Okay. Kids don't drive. Okay. There's the King of Pentacles reverse, and then the Two of Swords. So I feel like somebody has been blocked from really getting into like a consciously grounded state, but you did it because you were out there avenging shit. So it's not like you weren't doing anything. It's just maybe, the way that I saw it for a long time is like, it wasn't about me making roots. It was about me avenging. I wasn't going to be able to root until I got all that air out, right? Until I got all that shit out, until all that came out of my heart, until it all came out, right? I wasn't going to be able to be planted because I was going to just stay like this. Fuck that. At that point in time, everybody is a monster, right? You have to convince me that you're not a monster because I'll just see you as one almost immediately. Okay, so, and that's not really good, like that's not the best way to fucking see shit, okay? But as you heal, then you learn to, that your walls are up no matter what, okay? And, you're the bouncer. You're the one that tells people if they can come in or not, right? So start seeing yourself as the one in control and not the one that's now, had all this shit done to you. All this has been done to you so then you could heal it and progress through it and use that as a tool for whatever it is you do. Harvest. I like that. Huge harvest coming in, people. Okay. That could be money. It also could be peace. It also could be Serenity Now. Serenity by Jan. It could be something coming in. It could be your childhood trauma avenging itself. I mean, so many things with children of the corn, like those children are fucked, and like for a reason, like we are children of the corn ourselves. Okay. We're not like everybody else. And the faster you realize that, then the more that you learn that your tribe of people, your group will find you because you gravitate towards each other, right? You always gravitate towards each other. We find each other when we need to find each other. Right? And when we need to depart, we depart. And we block people and we move the fuck on. Yeah. The wolves. I'm trying to think if I have anything else that has wolves on it. And I don't think I do. I think that's the only... Those are the only cards with wolves. No, those don't have. Oh, actually, I have one more deck. Yeah, I do. Where is it? This one. I think, yeah, there's a wolf in here for show. Yeah, getting that for show. Okay. The good old owl. Wisdom coming in, which is a lot with the wolves. Wisdom, healing, progression. Let's see. You know that song Cats in the Cradle? I just heard the fox in the cradle and the silver spoon. Why? When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. All right, that's the magician. And then we got the crow with the high priestess. We have the scorpion with the 5 of swords. We have the empress with the deer. We have 2 of pentacles with the mouse and the devil with the shark. Okay, I'm like, Jaws came up today, but not in this reading. Okay. People are going deep. Okay, go deep with the feelings, with the healing, the feelings, the sharing, the caring. Okay. Man, I like triple cleaned my floors today and then had a shower afterwards. And I was like, oh, I feel like a new woman. I don't know why, but it is very important to keep your fucking floors clean, keep your body, your temple clean. Okay, I cleaned all under my nails and fucking did everything and shaved things and cleaned things and just, get into the groove of like, I just heard Stella got her groove back, okay? Which is maybe why the deer is here with the Empress. Obviously, again, the wolves are about being ready for something. Okay, you are ready, Freddy. Okay, and then with the crow high priestess, I feel like you know what's going to happen because then there's the fox with the magician. Okay, but then the scorpion comes in like, damn, what are you doing with that prick? That's a prick. That's a sting. Something's going to sting. Huh. I almost feel like it's a possibility, that maybe you're ready for a new job, a new position. And once I feel like once somebody finds out like where you're at in life or where you're working, it's really going to like hurt them to be like, that's where you are? Like, what the fuck? And that would be a witness. And then they say to you, like, okay, listen, like, you got to get out of there. You got to, get a new job or something. I know this person, blah, 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 who's, got this or this, like, just ready. Do you want to go there? Like, it's something like that. It's like, go deep, okay? Because this is one of those things, too, where it's like, really read between the lines, okay? Of the analogy of that, because that's a huge analogy that can mean a lot of things. I can hear a siren going off in my head, like a police siren. Or is that an ambulance? Evil distractions. See what I mean? Like, I'm getting like something. I don't know. Why am I getting this ambulance? There's melting. God showed up. Marijuana and cemetery gates. Now I'm getting Pantera in my head. My God, I think someone's going to die. And like when that happens, it could be like your career is dying and you're going to go do something else. Or, you know, literally, because, okay, with the crow, this high priestess vibe, all right, there's the star underneath, definitely, okay? I feel like you know what I'm talking about, okay? Or you're going to know what I'm talking about. Dead end. Something is over, okay? And usually that happens, you know, when we've like had enough. We've suppressed our emotions for fucking way too long. We can't hold it in anymore and we explode, which is God's organized destruction. It's how he does it. I mean, I know we think sometimes like, oh, that's irrational. Like, you know, we're acting out and we shouldn't lose it like that. And we should learn to control ourselves. No, God says no. God says, think of it a different way, that when you snap, when you finally break, that's the destruction that you need. That's organized to then put you through a series of events that changes the situation that you now no longer can stand being in. Because sometimes people, you know, some things, you know, things happen and we lose control of our lives in some way. Okay. And once we've proved ourselves and we're ready to take back our lives again, that's when we snap. Okay, and say no more. This has been a part of an evil distraction, okay, that has kept me in this situation, okay, that I'm now completely melting from because I'm not suppressing my emotions anymore. Okay, I've let my emotions come to the door, okay, or I've killed them off, or I've let them go to the gates. You know, I've recognized that it's death, that whatever, okay, and now I'm being brought to, if I realize what's killing me, okay, or what is distracting me and what I can't go through anymore, then that's your dead end. Here's the song note, okay? There's the good old plane, and then the fought tooth and nail. So honestly, it's like, pay attention. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Pay attention to songs right now. Okay. They're bringing you messages. Okay. Because Spirit knows that you have fought really, really fucking hard for this chance. Okay. Which is why once the tower, like, I feel like God would be like the tower. Once it comes down, okay, you now begin, like, it's now a whole new chance at life. Okay. Basically, if that's the way that you want to take it. Okay. And you get, this star guides you to your next spot. And I gotta say, anytime I've ever walked off the job, which has been most times because I'm a server and fucking places are absolutely brutal. Okay. Every time I have walked off, it's not like I've just walked off because I'm a fucking bitch and I don't like anybody. I've literally been tested to the point where I cannot do it anymore. Like the last job I walked out from, I pulled in to the parking lot and these women were treating me so badly. They had been there. It was all nepotism. So they had been there for fucking 20 years. Like one girl, that was her first job and she was 40 years old. She started working there when she was 13. And her dad worked there, and I had no competition with these girls and I never even tried. I just wanted to fucking work. I made so much money there, but those bitches were fucking, you know, doing their shit to keep that job for themselves. And I pulled into that driveway and I had a panic attack. And I called my sister and I was like, I don't think, because like I was the only one working at the time. And I was like, I don't think I can go in. I'm like, I'm physically having a panic attack right now. Like, I don't know why. And she's like, well, fuck, come home then. And she knew I wanted to quit for so long. Like once you kind of pass that threshold, it's like, it doesn't take you long to be like, all right, I'm going to lose it. And because I will put up with so much shit, I will put up with trash, I will put up with so much garbage because of, the fact that there are no jobs. There just aren't jobs available to just walk into and just abracadabra poof, give me a job. Okay. It was really fucking hard, especially I was in Calgary at the time. It was not easy to find a job. Okay. There were some jobs that were 45 minutes away, but they said they were in Calgary right around the corner. No, they fucking aren't. Okay. So once I finally snapped, it wasn't the fact that I snapped like I was going to go in there, with an AK-47 and fucking shoot up the place. I literally snapped in myself where I broke. And I was like, this is it. Like, I knew something was wrong. I knew that they were very vindictive, but I did not know the extent of what they were doing. I was kind of giving them kind of like the red flag or kind of like the green flag, like, okay, I know I'm new, blah, 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 even though I've been there for 3 months. That's not really new in the restaurant industry. Okay. And so I was trying to just give them the benefit of the doubt all the time that, sorry if I'm stepping on your toes and blah, blah, blah. Like, I've been beat up by my parents my whole life. You don't think I can't walk around you like a fucking mouse tiptoeing? So then hopefully you don't see me. Like, that's also how I am majority of the time. Like, I know, again, like I make a lot of noise because I talk loud. It does not mean I am a loud person. Okay. So I would like tiptoe around these women and like, I would like not put the stapler back in the right place. And they'd be at HR complaining, that Whitney, just doesn't want to work with everybody and that she wants to go against people when really I just put a stapler in the wrong place because I'm sorry, I didn't know it was cemented and glued into that spot because I picked it up. Therefore, is there anywhere that says this is where the stapler goes? Is there any sign that says that? Nope. Okay, well, sorry, fuck me, I didn't know. Okay, but that's the thing is like they'll push you and push you and push you. And then this was the best thing in the world. There's this guy sitting at the bar. And it was a really hard guy to get along with, but that day he was just on my side. I don't know what, we just meshed that day. It was so perfect. And all this shit was going on with these girls and they were fucking bitching about me. They were asking to go speak to the manager again about me. I don't even know what the fuck I did. And Metallica came on the radio and this poor guy too, he was on the phone and I go, what the fuck's the name of this song? And he goes, hold on a second. And he takes his earplug out and he goes, what'd you say? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were on the phone. And I go, I'm listening to this Metallica song right now. And I'm like, I need to know what the name of this song is. I go, it's so important to my survival right now. I had no idea why. He grabs out his Shazam. I had a phone. I don't know why I relied on this guy to do it. He puts it up to the speaker and he goes, oh, Fuel by Metallica. And I knew it. I was like, I'm gone. I grabbed all my shit. I dropped my key and I fucking walked out. And I just knew it. I knew it. That's what I remember. Even having the anxiety in the parking lot, I still went in. That's what I forgot. I still went in and I still tried to work my shift because again, I was like, I didn't know where it was coming from. I don't know why it was coming from, but clearly it wasn't my anxiety. I wasn't doing anything. They were. And it was in a point where I couldn't fight that fight anymore. And then I left. We moved from Calgary. We took all the money that I made and we left and we never went back. And that was a good thing that I quit. It was almost like, because after that we packed up our shit. We were gone. We found a new apartment and we were across the country within 3 weeks of me quitting. And sometimes, honestly, like I think about that and I think about if I hadn't have walked out, like where would we be right now? Would we still be there? Would we have just moved apartments? Would I, because my sister was working there too at the time, but she was getting kind of fucked over with hours. So she didn't really care. She was like, if she had been, banking mad hours and making money, I wouldn't have just been able to leave and convinced her to just move back across Canada with me. Right. So like I often think about that and go like, what if Paul hadn't have cut your hours? And like, what if those girls weren't so, awful to me? Like I was making the most money I've ever made in my entire fucking life working at this place. It was so incredible. Like I walked out with $750 one night just because a guy tipped me $400. Okay. Like it was insane because he won 1,000. These slot machines, like fucking people in slot machines. If you can work somewhere with slot machines, people win so much money. Like they lose a lot. But man, when they are winning, they just throw money at you. Keep those drinks coming. You can make like $100 off somebody just sitting at a machine for an hour if you do it right. right? Every other time they're shooting you 20s, you know, just to hang around them. So it's like when you know you need to leave, you got to go. And if it's literally because you have to turn the song up on the radio to give you the affirmation that you need, do it. And you know what I was thinking? So, you know, Monica, I was telling you, if you wanted to change your name so then it like reflects your videos or whatever. So I'm like, I don't know. Someone just kept coming to me with affirmations because I feel like this channel is affirmations. It's just collective already knows what happened. They just want the affirmation. They want, you know, the energy read in between the situation that happened, right? Because they want to know the side of the other person that they were dealing with because they only know their side. So I feel like it's a lot of just affirmations. It's a lot of just spirit already knows, collective already knows, but they need somebody to say it. Even if it's me saying it for 100th time, like I said with those Reiki videos, right? If you got to do them 100 times, then do it. If you have to hear this message 100 times, then fucking hear it 100 times. Whatever you have to do, right, to get it out. So then people just know, because really they just want to know they're not alone. That's what I really found. People just want to know they're not alone. And that's really sad because in a world full of people, so many people are alone. And that's just, it's that, you know, that's mind-boggling to me. You don't really realize it until you're finally like alone and going like, how are there so many people around me, but yet there's nobody with me? Well, because that's a part of the journey. Okay. And then, oh yeah, Spirit kept going like, look at the bottom of the deck. Look at the bottom of the deck. I'm like, yeah, I fucking will in a goddamn second. But it's lightning. Okay, because when lightning crashes, okay, sometimes that's when we get shot into the energy of the moon, where we don't really know where we're going to go, but we know we're being guided to end something and end it quick. Okay, this could be, I'm also getting the fact that I feel like I was getting this kind of message too. Like, I feel like someone started dating somebody and it's not really working out the way that they thought. And Spirit is like, end it quick. Okay, there's Kiss the Girls in reverse, literally. Okay, I feel like, you know, there's you're ready for something bigger. Like maybe collective is looking at going back to an ex. Okay. Because the ex is the easier one. They know them, blah, 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 blah. But the world is like, you're being guided not in the past of somebody you already dated, but possibly, you know, you might know them from the past, but I don't think you've ever dated them. Okay. So Spirit is like, you know, try, like if there is somebody, because I do feel like, I don't know, something's going on with social media. Okay. And then there's the Donnie Darko countdown. And then with the sword and the stone. So, like, the truth is going to hit social media soon. There's a countdown to truth hitting social media, okay? And, I don't know, maybe, again, like, I don't know, maybe that's how you're going to do this, approach people. Like, there was a time where on my Facebook, I wrote a couple messages about what people have done to me in my life, and then I tagged them in it at the bottom. And I only did that a few times, where I just forwardly wanted to just fucking call somebody out on their fucking whorism bullshit. You're not a fucking mother. You're a fucking disease spreading whore. Okay, let's just fucking say it as it is, and I'm fucking done with your shit. Okay. And when you do that on social media, people fucking back up. Okay. Like I said, I know people think I'm crazy, but the things that I do and, you know, the things I put up on the internet, blah, 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 it's all very orchestrated. It's not like spare the moment. I just decide to fuck somebody. If the post comes down, which I will often do, right? I will put something up and then, you know, the time has come and I don't want that post up there anymore and I'll take it down. But I never take anything down because I feel like I'm embarrassed by it. That does not happen. Okay. Not on the social media spectrum. I usually know pretty well what I want to say when I want to say it and to who I'm fucking saying it to. Okay, so there is a dead end, okay? And that dead end, like maybe you might not know, what happens because maybe you thought that, you know, honestly, when my sister and I moved, um, the first time across Canada, we moved into this guy's house, and she started dating him right away. And let me tell you, it was so fucking awkward. Scarecrow on the bottom. It was so awkward. Okay. And when she ended it, we had to leave because, I couldn't, I fucking hated him. I thought he was the biggest fucking idiot in the entire world. I couldn't, he was physically, such a drunk that my life was starting to get hurt by just paying him rent and living there. So I couldn't live there anymore. So I left and got my own apartment, and she just came with me. And, that was like, you have to fight for what you believe in. You have to fight for your life. And sometimes we don't always know where we're going, but we know that the plane is leaving. And if we want to get out of the situation, then we got to get on the plane and just trust that wherever the universe is going to take you, you got on the plane for a reason. You wanted to, right? So, I mean, like I said with Metallica, follow the signs, follow the music, follow what you're feeling, right? Because that might really help get you out of a place where you feel like you can't move or you can't go, or something is going to happen to you, or, like what's going to happen if I do this, or what's going to happen if I do that? Like, who the fuck cares? I mean, the what if game, like I said, there are so many what ifs. Okay. There was literally, I was driving the other day and I was coming around a corner. Okay. It was 80 kilometers an hour. Okay. So I was going 80. I don't really speed. And this guy, this fucking, all of a sudden, this Jeep is coming straight for me because he decides to pass two cars, not just one, two cars on a double solid line. And he couldn't see around the bend. So he was coming straight for me, literally straight for me. And he pulled off really quick. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And the day before, this motherfucker was parked in the middle of the goddamn street, so I had to go around him. And the guy coming straight for me, all he had to do was kind of move around a little bit so then I could get around. And he just didn't move his car. So he almost drove straight into me too. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, stay in your own goddamn lane. Like, why can't people just stay in their own fucking lane? So I don't know what that has to deal with, but like, be careful driving out there, and something is when we come to a point in our lives like this, okay, the angry spirits around you do not want you to go anywhere. Okay, they want you to stay put in your shitty energy, taking that shit, taking all that anxiety, taking that stupid work, doing what you don't want to do, and just living your life and going through the motions and blah, blah, blah. But when you can't do that anymore and you snap, this is the universe saying, I mean, this could be a year down the road. You could use this reading once every couple years. Okay. It just depends. It's like when you get the notice that you have to go. It's like lightning strikes. That's it. There is no more time, right? Like I said, I had an anxiety attack outside, and I knew I shouldn't have gone in. I knew I shouldn't have done it to myself, but I did it anyways. And I did it, and I kind of felt more proud by walking out, by knowing that like I walked through the doors again for the fucking 300th time, and I'm not doing it again. I never had to walk through those doors again and feel that anxiety ever again, because I never went back. It wasn't my anxiety, it was theirs, right? You might be empathetic, and if you are, it means that you can feel a lot of other people's energy that has nothing to do with you, but you think it's you because you're carrying it, or because all of a sudden you get smacked with it. But like I always say, if you leave the house in a good attitude, or if you're walking around with a good attitude and you get smacked with something, okay, it's most likely not your energy. It's most likely somebody else's energy, that they see you doing good. They see you having fun. They see you enjoying things. And that really pisses them off, and they want to shut you down. And it's like, after so long of being, everybody's punching bag, eventually you get your freedom. What are we at? 51? 51? What was that? 33. So I feel like, because I do feel like it could be a past, present, or future kind of reading, And Spirit just kind of says, just remember, if there's a chance when you feel like you want to walk out and it's been, months and months and months of dealing with the same energy, then the universe is saying you might want to walk off, because then it gives you the ability to fight for something else, which you might not do keeping the job that you're in that you don't like, because it's safe, right? But it's only safe for the time that you needed it. And if you don't need it anymore, then there shouldn't be anything. I mean, but that's the thing, is there's always fear in leaving somewhere. That's why follow your gut, follow your intuition. Like I said, it doesn't matter when this comes out, because these are sometimes, futuristic readings, and I don't know when they're going to come true. And sometimes it's in the past, you already did it, and it's just an affirmation that you did the right thing, that you're moving still towards the right goal. So because they're general readings, I can't get too personal up in this, but I can tell you this. Somebody is going to make the right move at the right time because they're being guided to do so. And just remember that. And now I'm getting the fox and the fiddle and the silver spoon again. I don't know, maybe you're going to see a fox. Mothman prophecies. With the magic witchcraft card. I do feel like I kind of feel like if you are doing any type of magic or witchcraft, or believing in the divine or something like that, just kind of doing your own thing, whatever your magic is, okay, whatever you do for magic, the Mothman is here because something that you predicted, okay, because now I'm looking at the bridge, okay, with the Mothman prophecies. Up here is the chemical plant, but down here is the bridge, okay, because the prophecy he sees as the chemical plant, but it's actually the bridge, which is what the Mothman is looking at. Okay, he's trying to tell him that there's something wrong with the bridge, but he can only say river because he can't say everything, okay. So there could be like this point in time where you did magic, okay, or you saw a prophecy, okay, but you saw it wrong in a sense where it's on the same river, okay, but it's not the chemical plant, it's the bridge, okay, it's the bridge. It's like you have to move locations. That's why I'm like, I don't know if somebody's dating somebody and they like really thought they got it right, which would be the chemical plant, because they were told about this person or the situation or something, but it's the bridge. So then they stumble upon the bridge while they're like, I don't know, concentrating on the chemical plant. It's like, because I'm trying to remember how the movie goes, but he wasn't on the way to the chemical plant. He had already like basically fucked his whole career by the time he just forced himself to go to the chemical plant and give all these warnings, and then he basically loses his job. Like, they're like, dude, you have to stop. Like, what the fuck is happening to you? And sometimes it is one of those things, like our prophecies, we are not really supposed to talk about, or we really have to keep it black and white. We really can't fill in the details because the details vivid with everybody, right? But the concept of the analogy is correct with right? It's just filling in the fine details that sometimes people get wrong. And it's like, that's where you get like deja vu and shit, you know, because you saw the vision already, but it was like, damn, I didn't know it was going to be like this. Yeah, because you were focused on the vision, but you didn't fully see it because you were too focused on something obvious, the most obvious thing. Okay. And I feel like even if people tried to convince you, you know, like that's not what it is. That's not what it is. You were still like, no, this is what it is. I'm telling you, this is what it is. But it wasn't. It's the bridge. It's something else. It's a connection. It's not a chemical reaction. It's a connection. Maybe that's what it is. It's not a chemical reaction. It's a connection. Oh, what's the hummingbird? Page of Swords with the zebra. 3 of Wands. Ooh, the unicorn, I think, is the star. Yeah. Nice. So it's like you did see how the unicorn's got his little third eye lit up? It's like somebody has the ability to see the future, which is why the unicorn's here, because that's the connection. Again, the bridge would be the connection. So it's like somebody's ready to put their intuition. There's the fox again, the magician. Someone's ready to put their magic in full force and then just keep it swimming through the void. Or that's how you say it, you know, like this isn't something that, you know, you have to swim through it. You have to get your own analogy of it. You have to see if it fits your life. I can't tell you every single fucking detail about it. It's not the way that it works. We physically can't do that. You know, even though I've been told that even in the analogies are the closest that they can get to collective possible sometimes. So like they're almost right on the money, fucking nail in the coffin. All right. So that's why if it makes sense, it will really make sense. And if it doesn't, it really won't. Okay. You never know, girl. Well, I mean, your dad could be leading you to a different place. Definitely could be. Never rule anything out. You know, that's what I say. Anything is possible. You just might see things the way I do. I just want to burn next to you, friends with you, burn hundreds, and wake up in that bed with you. Love how you walk, how that body move. Pardon my mouth, just being honest. I'll pay for airtime just to ride with you. Kisses and hugs till the next time we swim through. I'm just singing this song in my head right now. I'm trying to figure out like if it has anything to do with the message or not. If it does, I'll say it. Okay. We have 911. This is an emergency. Whoops. Conspiracy. Theories only. And the big cancer. What doesn't kill you slowly eats you alive. Okay. That makes sense with the song. Okay. So I've been singing this song in my head. With Dana Scully on the bottom. Okay, clearly. Okay, the song, the thing is, I don't know the fucking name of the song, but it's, I'm pretty sure there's only one song that these two people do, but 112, the group 112 with Mobb Deep. I forget what it's called, though. But anyway, the part that started was him talking about, it's about because like me, been wanting you for years, bump heads here and there, never got the chance. As to those who wait, once I get up in them pants, and no 1 minute man supposed to be with him, better change those plans. Anything you got to do, lava screw, monkey must be as monkey ass mine. How the hell he getting tired of you? I love how you walk, how that body move. Pardon my mouth, I'm just being honest, boo. I'll pay for time just to ride with you, kisses and hugs until the next time you swing through. I can't believe I got through that whole thing and only fucked it up once. Okay, so somebody is feeling you. Okay, that's what I'm getting. I had goosebumps the entire time. Okay, so it's conspiracies and theories only because this person doesn't know you. Okay, but they're feeling you. Okay, they don't have any facts truly about you. Okay, they've gone strictly off of a lot of theories, but they don't know for sure. Okay, and it's been eating them alive for so long that now they're being prone to say something almost immediately. Because I'm not really getting like it's a 911. Like this is a state of emergency. Like if this person shows up, you have to call. Like no. It's nothing like that. I'm not getting it like that, which is why it was in reverse. Because it's not like they're not coming to kill you. They're, I don't know, coming in quick though. I just heard. Look at this. I guess I nailed that. That's the message Spirit wanted. There's corpse. Dead man walking, funeral, and death. The fuck? Okay, so there's this little poppy outy message here where I feel like this could be a family member that comes out of the woodwork, okay, because they're about to die. And like I just reacted to that. They're dying of cancer quick, and they could die any day. And they've been covering this up from you. So I knew it couldn't be fucking that good. It never is. It's never a love reading. God, ever. Okay, but I do feel like there is that first message is there for a reason. I do feel like somebody is feeling somebody, okay? They love everything about you. And then there's this person who decides to show up and fucking cock block the reading. This is like, okay, so this is a fucking huge narcissist that just did that, because we could have had a nice fucking beautiful reading, and no, this person wants to come in because suddenly now they're almost gonna die, blah blah blah, poor me, help me. They want to take a cup away from you. Okay, so be very careful with displacing anger onto somebody, because it kind of seems like they want to ruin an opportunity for you. It's almost like, I mean, this is a little far-fetched, but I'm getting it because it's obviously mixing it together. This could literally be like you finally get a date with somebody, okay? Somebody you have been waiting to go on a date with for so long, okay? And then this person calls and says like, hey, I'm at the hospital. I just wanted to let you know I could die any day, and I would really love it if you come see me, blah, blah, blah. I have something for you. And the weird thing is, as I say that, I hear spirit, because now I'm rubbing my eyes because I'm like, wow, you got to really see this if this makes sense to you. I really feel like go on the date. Like whatever that means, whatever that analogy means, whoever calls, right? They might not be in a hospital on the hospital bed, but they might say like, I tried to kill myself, or I'm super depressed right now. I need you. And it's to cock block this from happening. And now, okay, so when my sister and her ex-husband first separated, she started sleeping with his best friend, and he lived in the apartment above her. Like they owned the house, but then there was an apartment that was rented out above, right? So that's where he lived. So when they first kind of figured out that they liked each other, I mean, her husband was already moved out with somebody else, okay? Don't feel bad for him. He was literally already shacked up with another chick in his house, and nobody even knew about it. He went from one chick to an ex. It was awful. So once my sister and him kind of realized that they liked each other, I watched it all from my balcony. I, at the time, lived in an apartment building behind my sister's house, and I was on the second floor, so I could see right into her backyard. It was so creepy. I don't know how that ever happened. So I was sitting outside having a smoke, and I see the guy from upstairs come into the backyard. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. He got home. He usually brought the mail back for us because I eventually moved in there. And my sister's entrance was in the back of the house. And he was standing there. They were talking. And then all of a sudden they kissed. And I was like, I didn't say anything to my sister. I finished my smoke. I don't think I was smoking. I think I was smoking weed. I think I was just sitting outside smoking weed. And I went inside. And I didn't say anything. And then I think I went back outside again. And then I could see that he was inside the house. So I was like, oh, okay, well, now they're over. I guess now this is it. Now they're just dating. I guess this is it, right? And the next day, me and my sister, we took the dog for a walk. And I said, so, anything interesting like happened last night? And she goes, yeah, like, and then she said the guy's name. She goes, we kissed last night. And I go, oh, thank God you told me, because, like, I wasn't going to say anything, but, like, I saw you. She was like, fuck, were you sitting on the balcony? And I'm like, yeah. You don't understand how quiet I am, okay? I'm a fucking creep. I can be fucking quiet, okay? Normally I'd be like, woo, woo, woo. No. Like, I was like, oh, my God, he's going in for it. I was so excited. I was so happy. And they started dating. And, oh, yeah. So why I was going to say this was, so that night after she tells me that her and, him kissed or whatever, they didn't fuck or anything like that. Okay. He just came over, they had dinner, and then he left. And so the next day when I was talking to her about it, she was like, well, obviously, she's like, he's going to come over tonight again. We'll have dinner. And on his way, okay, literally just all he had to do was walk downstairs up the driveway into my sister's house. And my fucking sister's ex-husband calls and says, hey, by the way, I'm on my way. And she's like, on your way? What do you mean? And they were still kind of trying to get separated at the time. And I guess he had left some stuff at the house that he needed to come back and get. And she called the guy upstairs immediately, was like, fucking don't come down with your giant bottle of wine and fucking sweet nothings, because fucking Dan's on his way. And Dan was there for like 2 hours. And once he left, he came over, whatever, you know, I think they ended up seeing each other that night. If they didn't, it was the next day. But she was like, he cock-blocked me. She's like, I swear to God, he fucking knew that the guy was on his way from upstairs, because exactly as she heard him walking down the stairs, right? Because the stairs were right there on the other side of the wall in the living room, fucking her ex called. Like, it was almost like he knew, you know, like, because you get telepathy with your partners, you know, especially your sexual partners, okay? Like your kids, you get telepathy with, your brothers and sisters, you'll have telepathy with, and people you're fucking, you'll get telepathy with. Even people that you're working with, you'll start to open up your unagi with everybody, okay? Because you're just in the same room, so you'll just start talking to each other. Even if you don't think you're doing it, you're doing it, okay? And oh man, we went for the walk the next day, and she was like, fucking, he knew, he cock blocked me. He sat there, he talked to me like I was a child for 2 hours. He took up all my fucking time. And I was like, well, did he end up coming over? She's like, oh yeah, but that does not, again, that's not the case. That's what I feel like with this. Somebody might call you up as if it's a fucking emergency. Oh yeah, by the way, I got to come over right now, blah, blah, blah. I swear, Spirit is like, don't you dare let them come over, okay? Because that's what they want to do. They subconsciously know that you're going to try and go and do something, because the wolves are here. You're ready to go and do it, and they want to stop you, because that's what people want to do. That's what sheeps want to do. They never want wolves moving. They want everybody stopped. They want everybody backed up. They want everybody miserable, everybody doing shit that they don't want to do. But guess what? Collective's a little bit smarter than that, which means if you're smarter than that, then don't just let anybody come through and disrupt your day. And if it's something you really want to do it. I mean, I'm talking, even if this motherfucker has a tendency to call you every time before your, exercise class, or before your paint class, or before, he knows that you go out with your girls every, Friday night, calls you just before he knows you're going to pull out of the driveway. Oh, honey, you got to stay. I just got into a fight with somebody and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's always like that. Like, do not stop yourself from experiencing your life, from experiencing the things you really want to do, because somebody around you, okay, is really planning on blocking you. And they're blocking you because they've had the ability to do it before, and they just take it right away from you. And that's something that, is usually involved with your parents doing at a young age. So you'll end up doing it to other people. You allow them to take your cup. You will allow them to derail you, right? Because you feel like you're being a good friend. Well, I need to be a good friend. A good friend would show up. Or I need to be a good friend. I need to do this. Or I need to be a good sister. But you are being a good sister. Even answering the phone, make sure they're okay, and go, listen, I can't do this right now. I'm on my way somewhere. Okay, I literally just watched it with 6 Feet Under. Look at that. Poison, toxic. So 6 Feet Under, Brenda has a brother named Billy. And Billy, okay, is like this. Total fucking covert narcissist, just hiding in plain sight. And every time Brenda is out and doing something, Billy calls. Like it's going to be the last day of his life, and he can't handle it anymore, and he's so stressed out. And finally, she just gets to a point where she's like, all right, well, do you want to go shopping? Because I'll be there when I get there. I'm doing this. Once I'm done, you can have my time. Somebody wants to push in between you and your life. And this is the thing that is eventually, going to kill all your relationships. Right now I'm getting, that's a good one too. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Love Actually. Okay. But again, this one woman, look at this bully. I'm telling you, this person is a bully. Okay. She's got Laura Linney. That's who the actual woman is. I can't believe I remembered that name. It just came to me. Laura Linney. I love that name. It just rhymes so nicely. Her brother, her parents are no longer alive, and her brother has, a very somewhat disability. And she, every time he calls, she just, excuses everything and takes the call. And he's constantly interfering. He's constantly acting like if she doesn't answer, the whole fucking world is going to break down. And then she has to physically separate herself from it, because if you don't, you're never going to get a life, right? And if you deserve to have a life, then you deserve to have a life. You don't deserve to have this person, because this person is giving somebody a twitch. You know, they're giving somebody like a tick, you know, like every time you get comfortable, they fucking move you. Every time you get comfortable, there's anxiety, right? Every time you lay in bed, get up, I need something. Like, you need to just, somebody needs to just take care of themselves. You are not their number one priority. You are not just to answer the phone because they call. People need to learn how to deal with their day by themselves. They need to learn how to vent on their own. They need to learn how to take care of themselves and not expect other people to do that for them, because you cannot put your day onto somebody. It's your day. You went through it. So did that person. They had a fucking day from hell too, or they had a shitty day. Do you think they want to listen to your shitty day and to all the shitty things that happen? No. Why would they? You can't just put all your baggage onto somebody, right? And act like it's the end of the world all the time. And I don't know if that's something you're doing or if that's what somebody's doing to you. You know, that's not a relationship. I'm not your therapist. Like, get a therapist, you know, charge somebody a fucking $100 an hour to listen to your bullshit, because I can't fucking do it anymore. You can't say I don't care by caring about myself. When I answer the phone every time, I'm an asshole because I don't answer it once. Like, come on. You know, like, people do, when you give them too much, they will fucking run with that rope and pull you along the way when you're the one that's supposed to be in control of it, right? Ooh, look at that. Exit with prophecy and the perfect storm. Honestly, this is kind of like, you know, the reading that we just did, but obviously a lot different, of being like leaving this series of storms behind, you know, like you do not have to have this person. I mean, you don't have to leave them altogether, but I think, you know, you're not their chemo. Okay. You're not their radiation. You're not their cure, right? They can't keep acting like you are, because they need their own cure. That's a bully, right? You're not here to heal other people. Even me, you know, sometimes I will get people after their readings and stuff that just continually email me for months and months and months and months and months, you know, asking a lot of questions. And then it finally gets to a point where it's like, you know, like, I think you need to book another reading, you know, like, I love to give advice. I love to answer emails. I will always talk back, but then there's a certain point where it's like, you can't do it all the time. You know, you do, and I can't answer all the time because I need to let collective find their way. You know, I can't answer all the questions. Spirit can't tell you everything. You have to find those answers on your own sometimes. We're just here, tarot readers are just here to affirm what you're already thinking. Right? Again, another affirmation, knowing that this person is a bully. But bullies are one of those things where it's like, nobody really defines a bully. It's really hard to see who the bully is in your life, because bullies always, for the most part, claim that they care. You know, they can be right in your face saying that they love you, and they completely bully your whole life. Okay. A bully can be your biggest hater, always calling out everything you do, saying how ugly you are, saying how fat you are. And also, a bully is somebody who's a jealous little bitch around you. Okay. They can act like your best friend, but they're jealous of every single fucking thing you do, and they bully your personality. So then you start to become somebody else because they don't like you, right? Bullies, they come in very, very, very many forms. Okay. And some are sick, you know, sick relatives, sick people, right? And I'm sorry, but there are lines out there. There are, you know, people that you can talk to. There are organizations, I've been there, right, that will help take the stress off you without having to put it on to your family members or your spouses, right? Like, your spouse should always be there to guide you. But I mean, even that, they're not a therapist. They don't really know what they're doing. You know, you can vent as much as you want, but at the same time, like, again, you know, like, just be careful that you're not making your spouse like your fucking crutch, you know, or your therapist, because they're not. right? Some things you have to go alone with because they weren't there when you dealt with it, right? So they don't have to be a part, like your spouse doesn't have to be a part of everything that is your past. Okay, because they're there to support you in the current moment. And if the past comes up and if something happens, then they're there to support you, but they're not there to be a crutch for you to go back to every time to put all your weight on and say, well, you have to carry this for me for a while. Like, why? No, they don't. They can help you for a bit, but you can't ask them to carry the weight of what happened to you because today you don't want to. That's why we heal our wounds, right? We talk, we get it out. So then we don't put the stress on our spouses. So then we don't act like our spouses are there to save us because they are not there to save us. They are there. No, you don't, Monica. Stop. I would tell you if you did. Don't worry. I'm talking months and months and months. Trust me. You just started talking to me the other day. You're fine. I'm talking like months and months and months and months of advice and emails 3 pages long. And trust me. And this was a lot like a few years ago and a lot of past energy, of subscribers, because really what it is it's people that are lost. Right? They are lost. You don't have to apologize. It's fine. You're fine, Monica. Don't. This is a part of healing, okay? Honestly, like a lot of collective, they are lost, okay? And they don't know where to go. And it just seems like somebody like me would have all the answers, but I don't. I can help you, I can help guide you, but I can't tell you all the answers to your life. I can just affirm what you are feeling and then help you through that, right? Like tarot readers, we all have our own gifts. We all have our own channels and our own vibration and our own energy and our own reason and the things that we talk about. Not every tarot reader talks about the same things. Like I have very rarely ever heard tarot readers talk about pedophiles, talk about rapists, talk about the fucking real monsters. Okay. They talk about a lot of love, a lot of journeys, a lot of spiritual growth, which is great. Okay. Not everybody wants to talk about that shit. And then there's other people that don't want to talk about anything else other than that. Okay. So it's like, somebody needs to figure out who this bully is. Okay. Because if you want to do something, okay, and now I'm getting like somebody's friend, okay, that constantly just plays victim all the time because all he wants to do is cock block his friends. That's all he wants to do. He wants to put his friends in his energy so then he's not alone. Guess what? Let these people be alone in their energy that is vile and poisonous. You do not need to be a part of this. Oh, where'd the poison card go? Oh, well, whatever. You don't need to be a part of their work, okay? You can kill that, murder it, done, okay? Like, Spirit wants you to stay home. Go home, be at home, okay? Do what you want to do. Make your own life, okay? Because this third-party shit that is happening is so camoed in somebody's life. Like it's hiding in somebody's life massively. And it's really hard to find out where the covert narcissists are. Look up what that means, okay? Literally hiding right in front of you as if some type of fucking ninja, okay? Yet being a narcissist and like throwing paint in your face or, vomit, okay? Idiots. That's what they are. Idiots, okay? Just remember that. Did you, or were you the one that just put all those hearts up there, Monica? Oh, God. You guys are so funny. You are the reason why I do this. 125.20. Ooh. Ooh, okay, let's do one from the box and then that's it. Nice message. Ooh. Spirit of the wolf. Look at, I just accidentally touched this. Oh, I can't really see it. Let's back it up. Just gonna have him sit there. Okay. First card. The Chariot. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Cancer energy. Overwhelming. Okay. The Hermit. Wisdom through experience. Seeking solitude. Got the fire angry mom from Hereditary. The Shining. Come play with us. Emphasize work. Okay, so Spirit is emphasizing that somebody, it's like release their rage, okay? And just get it over with, okay? It's like, it's one of those things, like getting rid of rage, it's not something that you can just run away from or get out of, but as you go through your pain, your rage really decreases. And the things that you find, the only things that you end up getting mad at after you kind of deal with your rage is things that will hurt you. When there's actually a situation where somebody's, putting your life in danger, that's where people's rage should really be. It needs to be used for the greater good of man, not just, to hurt people. So I feel like somebody's like ready to leave their solitude, like they finally have dealt with their rage, or they finally know how to conquer it by using it in the right way and keeping themselves in positive energy. Okay, that's honestly, like, it's very hard to hide. And if public makes you ragey, or if just people in general make you angry, wow. Okay. This is okay. So this is the Two of Cups. Okay, this card represents symbol of world harmony. The songs of joy and sorrow come together as a powerful force that can sink ships. Okay, so I kind of feel like your energy has the ability to sink ships, which has been coming in with this song called Map Change by Every Time I Die. There's Hereditary. This is the fucking card. This is the woman. That has never happened before. Double rage. Okay, so I'm going to read it. Every family has its favorites, and the hopes and expectations of older generations are often invested in the young. These designs can be made explicit, as if presented in a diorama, or our actions may be driven by a more sensitive ritual. Nature, nurture. It can be difficult to disentangle our own agency from the influence of kin. Strive to live up to expectations. Okay, so maybe your parents and parents and whole family is angry. Okay, and it kind of at times overwhelms you because their very strong hereditary bond inside of you tells you to rage. And that also, my father is a rage case, always raging. Oh, I don't remember a time where he wasn't raging over something when he got mad. He couldn't just get mad. It had to be on a different level. Okay, there's shock. with the Bates Motel. Okay, literally, it was like his energy was shocking. Okay, and I know that that's where my rage comes from. And like I said, when I was talking about seeing my stepmother the other day, and I said, like, I don't know, I can't see my father right now because I don't know what I would do to him. I don't know. I have this overwhelming strength when that rage comes out that I feel like I could kill him with my hands. And it's so dangerous that I have to stay away from him because I don't know what it is that he did to my life, but he did something so bad that I don't get that rage with anybody. I couldn't. I mean, because that rage is meant for him in some way. It's not meant for anybody else. So I try, honestly, the only time, again, that I ever get mad is when somebody is putting my life in danger. That's how I've noticed to use my rage. And at a time where, like, I went at my fucking landlord, right, with the fucking shovel, because I wanted to, at that point in time, I saw my father's face in my landlord, because everything my father did was so dangerous and so detrimental to my health that literally watching my landlord doing it to me as well was like, I'm going to kill you. Like, that's what I want to do. But you have to channel it and use it as like, okay, well, that rage is coming from this place where these people do this, which means my landlord is in the same category as my father. Okay. My landlord is also a registered pedophile. Okay. So that's great. There's Carrie. You're just trying to trick me again. I know it. It can be easy to find ourselves pushed beyond our personal limits, especially when drenched in a bucket full of others' cruelty and ignorant misjudgment. Venturing out with a sense of optimism comes with the risk of bitter disillusionment, and we may find ourselves lashing out even at those we've tried to help us along the way. A celebration can turn into a nightmare. Isn't that literally what I just fucking said? Like, that was amazing. That's an affirmation right there. Okay. Like, being pushed beyond your limits with somebody else's rage, with somebody else's, what they say, ignorant misjudgment and a bucket full of others' cruelty. Like, that comes with this rage, this overwhelming rage. Dove medicine, forgiveness, freedom, and new beginnings. Thy wings are thick and strong. I see a lot. No. I see, for they have battled the most unforgiving winds. Be proud, be free, my child. Go on, soar. I don't know. Sorry, look at how tiny those little words were. Like, in between. Look at those. I was trying to read these words right here. And there's a crease. I made a crease with the last words, and I can't for the fucking life of me read it, but you get the message. That's about a dove going through some of the worst winds that life has ever seen. And that's the thing, is whatever you have seen and whatever you have gone through, you're so much stronger than that. So you can leave the feeling, this overwhelming feeling of having to lose it behind, because you can figure out your trigger. Okay, if you're in hermit energy, that means you're seeking the wisdom of what is triggering you to this hate. And really, if you get to the root of the problem, the hate stems from what you've been through. So once you realize where it truly comes from, then you can leave it behind. And know that, and then use your rage for good. Use your rage to get the lady out of the burning building. Use the rage to help somebody, like, that's, I use my rage to do this. Like, it just comes out a different way, but it's something that is so angry inside of me that I don't know what to do with it. So I just channel it, because I don't know what else to do with this. I can't have it just sit in me when I know that other people have gone through shit that's probably worse than me. And I mean, it's not a competition. It's not, well, your abuse was different and mine was worse and blah, blah, blah. Abuse is abuse. Okay. What people put onto us, hereditary, right? Because a lot of that shit is hereditary. You know, you carry the traits of your parents, right? Because you carry the DNA of them. So sometimes, you know, these tics and these things that weren't wired properly in your parents aren't going to be wired sometimes properly in you. And that's just because you're the offspring, right? It's like GM, you know, making a fucking car that all of a sudden gets recalled, right? Some of them are okay. Other of them are fucked, right? And the ones that are fucked could kill you. So you are getting away. The wolves are saying you're getting away from old hereditary traits that you don't need to carry with you anymore. And you're getting control of them. And that is fucking badass. That is a powerful force that can sink ships, because this little tick that they put into you, this little attribute that they gave you, okay, has really been kind of killing your vibe. It's kind of the way that I see it. Killing the old vibe tribe. Like, again, so many people think I'm so angry. And, like, I get it, you know, I do, but I'm not angry at all. Like, you know, like, there's been a lot of bad shit that happened, and, like, I'm not fucking impressed with it, but, like, I don't walk around angry. I don't ruin my day. And I certainly don't get mad at people for emailing me, Monica. But anyways, you will find that out, obviously. And now that's the end. 137.55. I like it. We are going to end off there. This was a great reading. The old wolves. Wolves are coming out. And I hope it resonated, obviously, for some people. I feel like it did. And thank you. Oh, today, Monica, did you read? Today is National Black Sheep Day. National Black Sheep of the Family Day. I don't really know what the fuck that means, but I'm down with it. Yeehaw! I'm the fucking black sheep, that's for sure. Me and my sister couldn't be any more blacker if we tried. What's this? The Owl. Sexual energy, darkness, and liberation. Look how cool that card is. It's like half woman, half owl. Sexuality, desires. The owl is a nocturnal bird strongly associated with the moon and feminine energy. Lilith, the goddess of Christian Noctism, is frequently represented as an owl. She was Adam's first wife before Eve and is known for having refused to assume a subordinate role in marriage. Although she was traditionally associated with the dark sexual energy, she is a powerful and liberating feminine symbol. Yeah, she didn't take Adam's shit. She didn't want to be that fucking at-home wife cooking food all night. She wanted to be out making money, fucking doing the crops, sowing seeds. She didn't want to just be at home fucking doing bullshit women things, right? She broke the mold of women being in a man's world. Fine, if a man can do it, a woman can do it. And then the man went, well, then fine. And if women can do it, then men can do it. We were like, finally, Jesus. You finally got the goddamn message to maybe wash your own laundry. Holy fuck. As if suddenly a woman comes into your life and you don't know how to use a washing machine. So, liberation. That's really what I got. Liberation. Okay. We are not here to fulfill some fucked up role in some geriatric fuck's mind. Okay. It's 2025. Open your eyes and liberate thyself. No way. Stop it. You're such a spaz. All right. I am so hungry now. I'm going to go eat my face off. I started this morning with a juicy steak. Woo, and some broccoli. I couldn't help it. That's what I wanted for breakfast. I'm like, I need steak. I need substance. I might go make some more steak. So I'm going to go eat my face off, like I said. I think it's still pretty damn early. It's only 1:15, so I might come back on again. with just regular, collective messages. So watch out for me. All right. Fun-filled day. It's raining here, so there's really not much to do. So I'll probably be back. I did all my crafts and all my chores already. So we will be back most likely in a couple hours. Peace. Word to your mothers. Have a good one. 141.